that she is a colonial master in Ambazonia. She holds the position of a senator in neighboring Cameroon, not a senator for Cameroonians, but a senator for a village or for a region in Ambazonia, meaning she's a colonial mistress in Ambazonia. And we stand to fight colonialism in all shapes and forms. We've always stood against colonialism. We've always battled against colonialism. And we shall always fight against colonialism because it is unacceptable in the 21st century. This particular woman was arrested while trying to supervise her colonial activities in Ambazonia. There we go again, the Ambazonia Defense Forces, releasing her probably for money exchange. Of course, this is true. We've listened to her speak, and she was not speaking ignorantly. She is well educated, and she narrated exactly what happened and even called up another lady who was released alongside her. It is interesting because she used the word release. She did not say she was rescued. She did not say so. She was released. That is the word she used, and we have to quote her within context. That is her word. Meaning, she was probably released. I'm using the word probably because I cannot ascertain, but from every indication, she was probably released when money exchanged hands. The bees, the Cameroon Bataillon Intervention Rapide, or whatever they call themselves, have a stringent, a particular MO or modus operandi. Whenever they attack any camp in Ambazonia, whenever they go on any big mission that warrants the death of our generals, including General Ivo, General Ayenke, General Chacha, and all those generals of blessed memory, whenever they go on that rescue mission, immediately, even before sending out a communique, they send out photos, gory photos, humiliating photos of our soldiers killed at that moment. They send photos of the camps that have been destroyed. Of course, it is part of a military tactic of bravado. All military do that in the world, including the Russians, including Ukrainians. And the Cameroon military, as corrupt as they are very good at humiliating Ambazonians. And if this rescue mission sounds like a humiliation, if this rescue mission sounds like something to humiliate the Ambazonia Defense Forces, the strongest defense forces in Ambazonia, then we expected to see these photos and videos, which till now, as of this broadcast, we've not seen any of them. It tells you one thing. The people of Ambazonia, through the ADF, have probably relinquished this lady or exchanged this lady for money. It is sad if we can reduce ourselves to exchanging terrorists for money. It is extremely sad, and our ancestors should be rolling in their graves. They should be weeping in their graves. Our Tassans and Sisikus should be weeping in their cells. Because no matter what, the people of Ambazonia, I bet you, even if you raise $1 billion, you will never, ever relinquish or exchange that money for the head of Sisiko in jail. Cameroon is not desperate to ask you for money for the release of Sisiko Ayoktabe. If so, there are people I know who have reached out to Cameroon to pay them for the release of low-class prisoners, and Cameroon has denied. It is only in Ambazonia that we are so desperate, poor, that we can go and stoop so low to releasing a terrorist of high class for money. And there you go again with Capo Daniel, speaking and spewing thrash. Let me tell you, Ambazonians, if there is one person who is good at propaganda, it's Tapang Ivo. But propaganda should be done with intelligence and not stupidity. There are times where you have to do propaganda. There are times where you have to speak and say the truth. Why am I so bitter about this particular concern for Regina Mundi? One, she is out and she'll be releasing statements to the International Human Rights Commission and other NGOs, including Bala's NGOs, how she was tortured. And you know, torture is part of a war crime. How she was probably sexually abused. And you know, sexual assault is part of war crimes. And guess what? Everyone will believe her statement. And that is the level the ADF has brought us down to. The point where we have to start fighting and defending our stance in front of the international community. We've given a bullet to La République du Cameroun to put it in our own heads. It is shameful. I'm not speaking as a member of the ADF, but I'm speaking as a member of the Ambazonia community. And I want to see the Ambazonia community not dented with the stupidity of our leaders, specifically the leader of the Ambazonia Defense Forces or the Ambazonia Governing Council.